everyone, Eileen the Fam here. How are you doing today? Hope you all had an awesome day. Welcome back to my series on managing depression, anxiety, and loneliness. Today we are going to do activity 7. That means there's only one more to go, which will be tomorrow. Now, just for a recap, in videos 1 through 6, we covered exercise, meditation, yoga, caring for a pet or an animal, gardening, and this one is called Losing Yourself in a Book. Now, in the previous ones, like I said, all them things that I just mentioned, we covered the benefits of each and every one of them and how you can put all of them together throughout your day to keep your day as less stressful as possible. Now, you don't have to. You can just do, each activity by itself, but I would recommend to do as many as you can in a day to help your day get a lot better. So like I said, today we are going to cover losing yourself in a book. Now, if you have mild depression, studies have found people that have mild depression benefit a lot from like self-help books and things like that. But it's also good if you're a little bit more than mild. Of course, I don't recommend any of these without, if you're on a medication, I'm not saying stop taking your medications for any of these problems. These are just things to help so you have less attacks, because what they do is when you're doing these things, your body is more, your mind is occupied. It's not having time to think about negative thoughts, which will cause negative actions. Your mind is being programmed on positive things, things that make you happy, and all these things also, when you start feeling happy and you do these things, your body lets off things called endorphins. They're like signals that are helpful to your body, mentally and physically. And that's why I said, I would suggest doing as many of these as you can during the day. You can switch them out. You don't have to do them in the same order every day, but try to do a routine. When that routine gets a little boring, then you can switch the order. But the more activity you do with your mind, the less time it has to think about negative thoughts and about depression thoughts. So that means less anxiety, less depression, and less loneliness. Okay, so the next one I love doing, which a lot of people don't understand, because with me being legally blind, I've always loved reading. I love to read. I've always been an avid reader, even in elementary school. And a lot of people were like, well, how can you read if you can't see? Well, I'm not totally blind. Like I said, I am legally blind. I do have what they call finger counting distance, so I have to look close at it, but it doesn't stop me from enjoying reading. But when you read, it does not have to be a self-help book. It could be any type of book that you enjoy. It could be a book just on positive thoughts. It could be a mystery book. Any type of reading that you like, because your book is in there. I like reading because it gets your imagination flowing. It gets your mind working. Okay, so I do that a lot. Like I said, reading has always been my favorite subject. But they have studies where they found that reading of any type, whether it's self-help books or something that you enjoy, even if it's like poetry or whatever, really helps out mentally. Like I said, when you read, your mind is on what you're reading. It's not thinking about any negative thoughts or depression thoughts or anything like that. So that's good. And you don't have to read for a long period of time. Just get yourself a book. Maybe read like a chapter a day, unless it's a real big book, and then you can read a few pages. Now, the things I like reading, for me, I don't read a lot of self-help books. I don't feel I need to, but I do read things that are positive. I'm a Christian, so I love reading a lot of Christian books. A lot of Christian lessons, like from Joyce Meyer, other books like that. I love reading things like that. I do like some mystery books. I don't really read any more horror stories like I used to. But I still read things that make me laugh. I like things that make me laugh. I watch some comedy on TV. I like watching shows, even if it's adult humor, like Are You Being Served? I watch another one, which is Mrs. Brown's Boys, that makes me laugh. I watch things that make me laugh that are kind of funny. Read some good books. I like to get out and just see what's around. But try doing a little reading when you're bored. And because when you're bored, you have nothing to do, and you sit, like, say it's raining, so you can't go out. If your car's broke down or you can't drive, weather's miserable outside. Instead of sitting doing nothing, you're gonna start getting the thoughts in your head. Pick up a good book and start reading the book. That will pass time away. It keeps your mind occupied. So reading is a very good thing mentally. Like I said, studies have proven this. This is not my thoughts. I've researched everything I tell you about to let you know these are facts. They're not my opinions, they're facts. I just agree with them because I've used them in my life, so I can do a testimony on how these help me, so that I can help others. Now, we have one lesson to do, which we'll go over tomorrow, which will be the final one, and then I'm going to do one last video, where I'm going to put a challenge out for people for 1 week to see. I'm curious on how many people are willing to follow this advice and to do it. And I've had some people comment on some of my videos, like the one video with the pet, caring for a pet. It says, well, I live in an apartment. If you're living in an apartment and you're not allowed to have pets, go to the next one and volunteer. You kill two birds with one stone by volunteering at like a pet shelter. You volunteer at a pet shelter, you walk the animals around. They're not there for you to constantly take care of. You don't have to be there 24/7. You can just do like a half hour or an hour, volunteer for a little bit and walk the dogs and care for them. You see that you get attachment. A lot of different people are using that in their programs besides hospitals. They're using caring for pets for medical reasons, for rehabilitation, even for rehabilitation for parolees that have been in and out of the justice system. So they have a sense of caring, and they can change their life to see what it's like to care for something besides themselves. So this is why I'm saying these things to you, because it has been proven and people are doing these more and more, and it's helping. And that's what I want to do, is to help you. So we're going to do tomorrow's one more lesson tomorrow, which is going to be the 8th activity. And then I'm going to do a challenge, and I want people to comment on that challenge to see if any of these are working for you. And then after that, I will do a live on what you would like to see next, okay? So until tomorrow, remember, you are special, you are one of a kind person, you made uniquely, you matter to me. You are important. I care and I love you. So until tomorrow, you're never alone. I'm always with you right here. I carry you in my heart, always. So you're never alone. And just reach out if you ever feel you need to. I'm here for each and every one of you, okay? Remember that. I love you. You matter. You're one of a kind. Mwah. Bye. See you tomorrow.